Hello YouTube. I was working on this Mazda, the Tribute. It's an ES V6 3.0 all-wheel drive. I'm having fuel issues with it. I don't know what's wrong with it. When I got the car, I got it a couple weeks ago. I had to put a new fuel pump in it. So I diagnosed that, traced to a bad fuel pump. But then I got it running. And as you see, I have the injectors out. So I had it running, and it sounded like there was dead cylinders, like it was misfiring, but it wasn't putting on a check engine light. And I was like, oh, you know, what do I do? So I hooked up my fuel trim, my computer to it, looked at the fuel trim. Fuel trim short term was over almost 30%. Way too high. It should be in the single digits, right? So I went to the coil packs. Now this is cylinder 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3. I unplugged 4, no change in RPM. Unplugged 5, almost died. The engine just completely dropped in RPM. Unplugged 6, no change in RPM again. What could be doing this? Now, to further test that, I took out the coils, I undid the plugs, and I checked them all. They were all sparking. So, not a spark issue, right? It has to be a fuel issue. So, I tested the resistance on all these injectors, and they all came up about 14 ohms within 0.2 of each other. So, on the surface, there's nothing wrong with the injectors, right? Except, when I pulled them out of a hunch, I saw that my dead cylinders, 4 and 6, had different O-rings on them, right? You see the green versus the black? Now, someone's been in here and they replaced the injectors with ones that should match up to a 3-liter V6 made by Ford for this year. This is a 2001. These injectors are good between 01 and 03. Now, the part numbers on these, I don't know if you can see this, let's see. It's YL8E C2B. Now, YL8E 2CB, YL8E 2CB. These are C7Bs. The other four cylinders or 5 cylinders that were running. So someone came in, replaced these 2 injectors, and I looked up the specs online. These produce about 15 pounds per hour. The ones that the cylinders are running correctly on in this motor produce almost 19 pounds per hour, a big difference. So if you're stuck and you are you're pulling your hair out trying to figure out what's wrong with this engine, take it apart, take your time, and look at the injectors. If you trace it down to a fuel issue and you can't figure out what it is, and your injectors are coming up good, because these are still good injectors, they're just not producing the amount of flow that I need for this motor. Alright, and then after that, we'll put on some new gaskets down here in the lower set. I have new gaskets that go up on the lower manifold, and then that should be it. We'll see how she runs, so I'll get back to you on that one. But so far, this is where I'm at. Peace out.